Griffin squares up for a 3 off one bounce and rinsed it. Deep right side three. Hey, got another one.
To the right, Griffin, his three. Bang!
Keep shooting, young man.
Mike Schmitz of ESPN. We're here with AJ Griffin, Duke wing, having a big year, 18 years old. AJ, appreciate you taking the time, man.
I mean, of course, thank you for having me. I mean, I'm excited to be here. See some clips.
Yeah, let's break it down, man. So we're gonna get into your game tape, from your freshman year. But I'm curious about what this process has been like for you so far, this year. I mean, I saw you at USA Basketball coming up, the Iverson Classic, various events. And then I think when you first got here, you were still kind of getting your feet wet, right? In COVID, and you didn't have much of an end of your high school career. And now it's like you look like a different player. So I guess how would you describe what the last couple of years have been like and what it took to get to this point?
I mean, I think I can speak for a lot of people, just with COVID, it's been, ups and downs. And so, the past couple of years, just got to do whatever you got to do to work out and stay in shape. And, especially, not having that senior year, it was harder to, get my feet wet again. But, you just got to keep working. That's the mindset I had. Work every day, you'll see the results eventually. So
when at what point in this year did it feel like it clicked for you? Like, okay, this is AJ Griffin. This is what I envisioned being here. Like, was there a certain game, or because to me it seemed like every game we saw something new from you, and you were buying in and you're defending and doing the little things, and now we're seeing more of the ball skills. And so I guess at what point do you feel like you kind of turned the corner?
I would say the Wake Forest game, the Wake game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that game, it was the first game where I really felt comfortable, just how I used to play.
Right.
And it was just fun to just have that game. And I was trying to find out just how to play the game again. It's without playing for so long. Seeing those reads. And,
right.
I talked to my dad. He said it's gonna slow down for you at one point.
Yeah.
And that's when you take off. And then so I'm just glad that I can see the reads now and just play basketball again.
Yeah. And we're seeing it. All right, so we're gonna get into your film. We're gonna kind of look at all different elements of your game, offense, defense, everything. But I think the area where you've been able to be most effective so far is your spot shooting. And I think one of the things you do really well is you're constantly shifting into open space and you have great shot preparation. Is that come from just being the son of a coach, or is that because you don't always see just the understanding of, okay, I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna drift. Where does that come from for you?
Most of it is, I think, it's probably just instincts.
Yeah.
Seeing where the ball, how the offense is flowing.
Yeah.
And another thing is with the time I had to work out a lot, with my dad, he helped me get my shot ready, and just all the fundamentals, getting them down again. And so, because I don't think in high school my shot, it was pretty good, but I was more off to the side.
Yeah.
Now I'm more squared up, and so.
Yeah, you're still almost 50% from three?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you expect that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I just shoot,
Yeah, just let it fly.
Yeah.
John Shire still gets you though every once in a while? Yeah?
He got me once a day.
Once a day? But yeah, when it's flowing, I mean, the confidence, have you always because you have that kind of wide base, it's a little unconventional, right?
Yeah.
That you've always shot the ball like this?
I think in high school, my feet were a little off to the side more.
Okay.
And, I wanted to focus on getting more squared up.
Yeah.
And I think, having a wide base, I think that just came with just getting the reps in.
Yeah.
And not feeling my shot out.
And you're naturally sturdy lower body. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the release is quick. And again, this is stuff that you see from a lot of guys who aren't 18 with veteran experience. You're sitting down, you're ready, you're drifting with the ball. That's pretty good, and that allows you to get it off quickly, right?
Yeah, it does. Get your feet under the shot. When you're ready, once you catch it, you just let it fly.
Let it fly. So you've always been a confident kid?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. You can definitely see it in your game. So there we see, we've seen the kind of the drift, now the lift, right? So what's your read here?
I don't see anyone in front of me right now, so I just lift up towards the ball. See number 14 was hugged up.
Yep.
Center, Mark. So, just make it reads. That's all. And trying to find that open space on the floor.
Yeah. So you can see they're kind of almost blitzing Wendell, right?
Yeah.
And then that leaves him on an island?
Definitely. because you gotta make a decision there.
Yep. So he's tagging on Mark, you lift up, and that's a big shot in a big moment, right?
Definitely.
So yeah, I think those little things that we focus so much on, the step back, the hezzy, but sometimes it's the simplicity of being really good at those little details.
Little things, yeah.
I think you have that, and then also, I always say, year 1, year 2 in the NBA, I always use Mikal Bridges as a really good example. He's making $100 million because he really guards, he really shoots, and he's efficient with everything he does.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
And so I think you do some of those little things really well.
Thank you.
And here, attack, run through the catch, some people call it, or attack on the catch. What's your read here?
I can see that lane open on the right side. So,
Yep.
Once when I catch it, I can tell he's gonna close out pretty fast.
Yep.
So I had that one step, just throw under the defender, and that's what while playing more games, I started to realize how the defense plugs, how if it's over or not.
Right.
In high school, you could just drive and keep the ball to your right.
Yeah.
But now you got throw it out ahead, so
Because of this big man, and you got to avoid that. And then in the NBA, you're gonna have even more space.
Yeah.
But that's just really efficient with your movements and getting downhill. Really impressive. And then, again, cross-court hit. Now a little bit of the float game, huh?
Yeah.
That's always been a part of the package?
It was actually, I added it, there's a big game in high school where, I think we were down 2.
Yep.
And it's it's one of those game-winning shots, and I ran into the charge.
Okay.
It was full court, and so ever since then, I just started to recognize the charge and just do a little floater.
Yep. 2 foot. You got the 1 foot too, or just 2?
Oh yeah, I got the 1 foot too.
So here's one early in the year. So they run you off.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you would have done differently here? You ran into some length.
Yeah, I should have went off 2. That I just started to realize that once if you go off 1, you gotta go to dunk it. And with this, if I went off 2, I have more control. Use my right shoulder. I should use my right shoulder to go into him and finish with the left.
Yep. And then you also even got, I know not the most offensively inclined guy on your team, but a little drop off, right? Yeah, and then, that's going to be Gobert or whoever it is in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
So continuing to add more deception,
Definitely.
I think will be big for you. But, again, strong enough, explosive enough. It seems like you got a little more pop in your legs now at this point of the year, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, just, transformation throughout the year. Feeling my body coming together, and it just comes from playing. You
know where you're at weight wise?
223.
223.
Yeah, around
6'6".
there.
Yeah.
Almost at 6'7".
Yeah, almost.
3/4.
Hey, with the league now, add an inch. I'm 6'5", apparently. Is there anyone in the NBA that you watch and you either? I think there's almost 2 buckets, right? There's the guys that you really study. Everyone, it's KD or Anthony Davis if it's a big. And then there's the guys where you look and you're like, man, I see a lot of myself in him. Anybody who fits into those 2 categories?
I would say I like watching a lot of Kawhi.
Yeah,
just a lot of Kawhi Leonard, and just know that 2-way of him. Just seeing how he defends, and then, he can score too. But players like him, with Jimmy Butler too.
Yep. Dog.
Just having that mentality and just, see how they get to their spots and how they defend all these NBA talents. So.
Yeah, and those guys are good examples. If you look at Jimmy, and he was a JUCO guy, and he was playing the 4, even some 5, guarding centers, point guards. He was just a junkyard dog, you know. And Kawhi was this amazing rebounder, energy guy. He could handle and pass, but they're great ones to study, man, because they're rooted in toughness, and then the other stuff kind of added later. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah.
So all right, getting downhill, attacking off the catch. Now sometimes it's about the reads, right? So I think you get an and 1 here. If you didn't, say that gets called for a charge.
Yeah.
Anything you wish you did or no?
A corner kick right now.
Yep. Corner kick, right?
Yeah. He's really reading this guy right here.
Because he's sinking into the body?
Yeah. And if he doesn't, it could be alive.
Yeah. Exactly. But again, you get the and 1, but those simple reads, I think as the season's gone on, you've shown more and more of that for sure. Even stuff like this. Just attack, kick, right?
Yeah. Just do something simple,
Yeah.
You see the guy, you got 2 guys on you, kick off.
And I think a lot of times too, even with freshmen, you'll see the tendency of like drive where the ball came from. Sometimes like some guys will just drive right back to it, or if you attack here, pick up a charge. But you felt the game slowing down for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think like the main thing was like after every game, seeing what you could have done better.
Yeah. So you do a lot of film work?
Yeah, especially with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he helps me to see like, what I could have done better or.
So he clips up some stuff and it's a nice resource.
Yeah.
And then here again, like simple stuff, you know. What's your read here? So you're in the corner.
Baseline drive.
Yeah.
Usually I should drive middle.
Okay.
But
they say drive middle?
Yeah, but it wasn't there.
Wide open gap.
So I had the baseline. He came, just kick it right back out.
It's great. And then the ball's moving. It's going to be, drive, kick, swing, one more. You get out to the corner. And then this opens up, I think, one of your best skills is your cutting. Right? Especially when you're, like, totally in the flow. Because that's where I felt like when you were still finding yourself early in the season, there was a point where it looked like you said, all right, I'm just going to guard, I'm going to cut, I'm going to rebound and do these little things, and then we'll see if it comes. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, just doing whatever to win. And, just doing all the little things. That's what makes you good, just doing the little things first. And then I know the offense and all that is going to come.
Right. So what is the read here for you? Is this an automatic read?
Yeah, because, I didn't see anyone on me.
Yep.
I could have stayed for the three, but, usually when they get in that short corner over there, and there's always a middle cut right here.
Yep.
This guy's going to take the corner.
Yeah, great read. That's an NBA style cut for sure. Even this one, I think, kind of similar situation. Gets downhill like a slot cut, right?
Yeah.
So what do you see? Your guy's got his back turned?
Yeah, that's why I read the guy that's guarding me. They want to look at the ball.
Yeah.
So they can't see where it's coming from.
That's perfect. And then the hammer. There's the bounce. Better off a two?
Yeah.
You had the lefty 1 foot dunk.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia maybe, or I forget who it was. But I think the cutting is huge, and being able to play off of stars if that's where you are early in your career, right?
Yeah.
So this same deal, he's napping?
Yeah, you got to read. All it is reading that guy.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you could tell when they, like right now, as soon as he goes over, he's not looking at me, so. He's
worried about Paulo,
yeah.
Right? Easy back cut. Anytime you can score 2 points without dribbling the ball, I think your coach is happy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so those are like I said, like the year 1, year 2 things. But this, I think, is what gives you even more upside than a lot of guys, like with your frame. Have you always been such a gifted ball handler?
Yeah, I think, in middle school, that's when I started to, add that to my package.
Yeah.
In my way sports, my high school coach, we used to work on ball handling a lot. And so, I think that's where it comes from, just, pushing it, making the reads. It really just gets you your spot.
Yeah, because I think a lot of guys who grow up stronger than the opponent or who they're playing, like, they just use their body to get to their spots and maybe don't always develop, like, these type of ball skills. But being able to change pace, change direction, you seem really strong and sure with the ball. I know you don't finish that, but just getting downhill. Now, sometimes I think it's about, like, picking your spots between when to attack and when to pull up, right?
Yeah.
So look at the bench here. This is a funny one. You remember this clip? You seen this clip? So what's going through your head? And let's see.
Like, I don't know what was going through my head. It was just like I knew. I just in my head I'm like, don't shoot it. But then I don't know, it was there. So
yeah, you let it fly. I mean,
I had to get the rebound after that.
Yeah, you had to chase that down. No, 100%. I mean, hey, you're feeling good. Confidence is one thing, right? And I think it's about finding that balance of like, all right, maybe a clock killing situation. 2.5 minutes. Coach Shire is now coaching the team. Let's give him a break.
Yeah.
But I think it's about finding that balance. Like we said, we know you have the step back, right? But sometimes, like some of these early clock pull up twos, right? Is this something you've watched with your dad and talk through what's the right shot, what's not?
Yeah, just reading the clock. And I think I started to get better with that. Just you know, just like reading like the clock, you know, early clock. You know, we want to get the offense flowing first.
Yeah. So what would you have done different here?
Probably just driving past it.
Yeah.
To the left or something, like get the offense moving.
Yeah. Get downhill. You can always just go into a little pitch or get it moving side to side, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like early in your career you're maybe too hungry to show like, you know, I got this, I got that, or like?
Oh, like in the beginning.
Early in the year, yeah.
I think in the beginning of the year I was just trying to, you know, get my feet wet.
Yeah.
I was just trying to, cause I knew like I always have confidence in myself. Like I'm not gonna. I knew I was gonna lose that.
Right.
Like it was more of just, you know, getting my feet wet, and just playing.
And fitting in with a lot of other really good players, right? Like, how do you find your way? You've been a star your whole life.
Yeah.
How do you fit in with Paolo, and how do you fit in with Keels, you know? And
Definitely.
You've done a good job with that. So, all right, those 2 pull-ups, like, you know, maybe not the highest percentage shot, but this is, I think, when you're really tough to guard. So I know some of it is because of his pickup point, right? But, I mean, simple, easy 3, right? You can see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so I think you're really good when you're using those ball skills to get downhill. And then when it calls for it, like, okay, late clock, shot clock running down.
Yeah.
The step back 3 is pure, man. Were you doing that in high school or no?
Yeah, that was actually my favorite move.
Yeah? Going left?
Yeah, I used to just do that like pretty much every other play.
Yeah, I mean, so that was the go-to.
Yeah. So
you've always been making off the dribble 3s.
Yeah.
Did it take a while for the staff to like accept this as part of your game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, if it's going in at 50% clip,
yeah,
you take it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
No, but that's impressive. Again, like I said, you don't see a lot of guys with your frame and being able to make step back 3s like that. And then, like we talked about, okay, now it's like let's make them the right ones, right?
Yeah.
So what do you see here? Anything you would have done different?
The early clock.
So early clock, you come off of it.
I should either kick or I should have drove middle and then kick, because that guy would help.
Yeah, exactly. I think if it's a quick, okay, swing, ball's moving side to side, defense is shifting. Other than 22 on the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, early open ones are good, right?
Yeah.
And then but what I do like is that you have this kind of counter move, like to the step back. So you have the step back left, and then you can play off of that hang against a good defender too. Take me through this move. So Laravia on an island.
I was just trying to read him.
Yep.
If he didn't bite on the step back, shoot it.
That's a great take. I know it's kind of ISO heavy, whatever, but and then being able to kind of that leaner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an NBA move, and that's kind of what we've seen. And this one was chopping them up, mixing them up. What's going through your head here on this one?
I think it's just rhythm. I just had the rhythm, and that drag dribble, the first drag dribble, helps me get like a feel of the defender. And, if he's playing up on me, that's how I know I could go by. And you just hit the little jab step.
And it's all footwork, right?
Yeah.
It's all footwork.
Definitely.
That's a big time move. So, all right, we know you can make the catch and shoot 3s. We know you can attack off the catch, make the kickouts. You can finish through contact, and then if you have to, late clock, you can go get a bucket, right?
Yeah.
Create for yourself, create for others. Now you've been playing a little bit of pick and roll too. You feel comfortable in these situations?
Yeah. That's actually one of the things I worked on before coming here.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the pick and roll situation like at first when I got here, but just having that muscle memory.
Yeah.
Coming back, that's one thing I worked on before coming here.
Yeah. With film work too and all that, or just reps?
Just reps.
Yeah. And if they're gonna switch and switch back, that's a layup for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough shot, but I'm saying, is that your first read, whether or not they're switching? What are you looking at?
I'm reading that guy. Big cat, yeah.
And he's on his heels?
Then if he's not up high, shoot it. But if he bites on it, then just go right by.
Yep, and that's what we'll see on this next clip, right? So, similar situation, and he does bite.
Yeah.
Right?
Then you go downhill.
Downhill, easy. And so you can play off these hezzies pretty comfortably, huh?
Yeah.
Is that all footwork, rhythm? What's the key?
I feel like it's just like a feel.
Yeah.
I think, through high school, like that was another move I really like to use. It's just the hezzy and go by, because that's one thing that I worked on is just trying to get to your spot with as
few dribbles.
Yeah, as few dribbles as possible. So.
And it doesn't work if you can't shoot. So like if you're not a threat here, then you're dead, right?
Yeah.
But I think because you can make the pull up that we saw before, he bites, you get downhill, big time. All right, so now it's about making the reads and all that, right? So you remember this play?
Yeah.
What would you have done differently? What do you see in how they're guarding you?
Probably wait for it and then just go right off. Go off of the.
So they're icing it, right?
Yeah.
So they want to keep it. So you're saying wait.
Back. Yeah, I could have.
Set them up better.
Yeah, before I put that dribble down.
Yep. Come off of it going right.
Yeah.
And then all right, but say you're at this spot, right? What's one thing you could do now then?
Probably just duck them ball.
Yeah. You could even hit and then come back off, right? Like that's what you see. Like Bradley Beal is really good at that. It's like pitch and then go get it, right?
Yeah.
Do you study that type of stuff?
I haven't seen, or like I haven't watched stuff like that.
But yeah, a lot of times in the NBA, like maybe it's a retreat dribble, hit, and then come back off, and keep the offense moving, get you an advantage, catching on the move. And I think even little plays like this, it's simple, but just a quick hit, come off. Now they're stuck, and then you hit a mid range, right?
Yeah.
So I think as you continue to grow, that'll be even more a part of your game. And then here, kind of more of a basic pick and roll situation. What do you see on this one?
Probably pocket pass.
Yeah.
Seeing that early. So like since that guy, I didn't see that guy fell.
Yeah.
But.
So he gets clipped. And some of it is too like him reading, is he popping, is he rolling, right? But you probably had him, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you think you're at as a passer?
I feel like it's pretty decent, but I think I could get better.
Yeah. That's somewhere you're trying to grow?
Yeah, just seeing like a read like that.
Yep.
Like getting more comfortable, just like as soon as that guy is late, you can hit with the pocket pass.
Yep.
Right there. I know I did the lob.
But you're saying you could have had the.
Yeah, you could have had the pocket pass. So.
And even this though, this is a little thing, right? So I think a lot of guys would come off this and then maybe you're just gonna shift over to the weak side. Okay, you give up, you didn't get the ball, but you plant your foot, come back off of it, have the patience, the pace, playing in the pocket. That's a big time play, man.
Yeah, this was the one in Wake Forest.
Yeah, but you were saying here.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, you could get off it quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was great read, and you've seemed comfortable too. Like you've had guys on your hip a little bit in that hostage dribble, little pull up game.
Yeah, I think just staying calm, like with those situations.
Yeah. That
just comes from playing basketball. Really, I think. I don't even think about it that much. I'm out there just hooping.
When did you first touch a basketball? Do you remember?
Probably like second or third grade.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't play competitively until I think fourth grade.
Okay, yeah. So you weren't really forced into it.
No.
Given your,
Yeah, because my dad, I think he was with the Bulls at the time, and he used to work out my brother.
Yeah.
And like one day, I think I just wanted to go work out with him.
Yeah.
Ever since, I just fell in love with it.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years? What type of player will you be?
5 years. I say someone who could lead his team, vocally on and off the court, and just being a great player.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what God has him playing, but just wanting to just win a lot and just, get into hopefully the playoffs and just just having a great career and just playing the game I know how to play and just playing the game I know I love and just pretty much
have an impact, a long career. So last question. So there are players all over the world, some of them who have NBA families or some of them who are also 6'6", 6'7" almost with a 7-foot wingspan and your talent level. Why can you be someone who breaks through and despite all these other players trying to make it just like you, some of them even with as much talent, why are you someone we're going to look back in a few years and say like, man, maybe AJ Griffin should have been the number one pick?
Just really I feel like just having that edge, you know, it helps me just, you know, always wanting to get better, you know. I don't know what pick, but like it doesn't matter. Just, you know, I know that, you know, you just gotta leave your mark and just keep working every day.
Yeah.
And so like going to, you know, the draft, just, you know, having that mindset, you know, I'm willing to do what it takes, you know, to win and, you know, pay the price, you know, rents to do every day. And so like you only get one life. I'm just trying to make the best out of it. And you know, I'm super excited, you know, just working all your life.
Yeah.
You know, just for a moment like this, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, you know, get the best out of me.
Yeah, rent is due every day. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase. Well, AJ, I appreciate you taking the time, man, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.